Instead of just immediately going to create the order if it's not found in the database, let's introduce a bit of delay. I'll create a simple variable called attempt and set it to 1. Now let's create a while loop that will execute up to 5 times. I'll move all this code into the loop, but now instead of creating the order if it's not found the first time, I'll increment attempt by 1 and then use Python's time module to sleep for 1 second. This will in effect cause the webhook handler to try to find the order 5 times over 5 seconds before giving up and creating the order itself. Now since the attempt is in a while loop though, if the order is found we should break out of the loop. Now outside the loop, I'll check whether order exists has been set to true, and if it has, that's where we'll return the 200 response. And otherwise, we'll create the order. Finally, if we've gotten to this point in the code, we know the order must have been created by the webhook handler, so we should return a response to Stripe indicating that. There's one more small caveat here, and that is that it's possible for the same customer to purchase the same things twice on separate occasions, which would result in us finding the first order in the database when they place the second one, and thus the second order never being added. We can combat this by adding 2 new fields to the order model. The first is a text field that will contain the original shopping bag that created it, and the other is a character field that'll contain the Stripe payment intent ID, which is guaranteed to be unique. I'll make those migrations and migrate them now. Add these fields to the admin. And then we need to update the view to add those fields when the form is submitted. To do that, first I'll add a hidden input to the form in the checkout page containing the client secret. And then go to views.py and get it if the order form is valid, and we can split it to get the payment intent ID like we did in the cash checkout data view. Also, we've already got the shopping bag here, so adding that to the model is simple. We'll just dump it to a JSON string, set it on the order, and then we can save the order. As a quick optimization, we can also prevent multiple save events from being executed on the database by adding commit equals false here to prevent the first one from happening. Finally, to remove all doubt as to whether we're looking for the proper order in the webhook handler, let's add the shopping bag and the stripe PID to the list of attributes we want to match on when finding it. Of course, if it's not found, we'll also want to create the order using those items, just like we would in the view. All of this ensures that when we receive a webhook from Stripe that a payment has been processed successfully, we'll try to find an order with the same customer information and the same grand total, which was created with the exact same shopping bag and is associated with the same payment intent. We'll also attempt this multiple times before giving up to create the order here in the webhook. There may still be edge cases where this fails, but in almost all cases, this will guarantee that if we don't find this order in the database, it's safe to create it here. We will need a few imports here at the top of our webhook handler now, since we're doing more stuff with it, so I'll add those now. We need the order line item, and product models. As well as the JSON and time modules from Python.